you leading fast casual brands, take note. The Fast Casual Executive Summit is happening October 4th through the 6th in Arlington, Texas. Save 20% when you register at fastcasualsummit.com with the code podcast. Welcome to the Pizza Marketplace podcast. I'm Mandy Detwiler, editor of Pizza Marketplace, and I'm here today with Sonia Barajas-Najera, Senior Vice President of Franchising for Shakeys USA. We're going to be talking about Shakeys history and some of the franchising that they're doing. So Sonia, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
I just saw you at the Restaurant Franchising and Innovation Summit in California in March. What did you think of the show?
I thought it was great. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of information, and it was great.
Good. Well, we were glad to have you. Why don't you start by telling us the origin story of Shakeys? How did the brand get its start?
Okay, well, Shakeys started in 1954 in Sacramento. It was started by a gentleman named Sherwood Shakey Johnson, and he had the nickname of Shakeys because he had malaria while he was at war or something. He was overseas and his friends started calling him Shaky. He came back from the war and he decided that him and his friend, Ed Plummer, were going to start a place to listen to ragtime music and have pizza and beer. And that's how they started. So he's the one that decided that pizza was something that America needed, and he loved music, and that's how it started. So that's how Shaky started in Sacramento.
In Sacramento, okay. It's often cited as one of the first franchised pizza brands in America. How does that original status influence the way you approach the brand today?
Well, it's been around. It started franchising in 1958, so very shortly after opening, and it's influenced. We were across the country, and we definitely had more. We had more than 500 locations. We retracted, and now we're just in Southern California.
How many locations do you have now?
We have 43 locations.
43. Okay.
43.
Okay.
So part of this history, it's gone through ownership, it's gone through a lot of change, and the ownership now, which is the Jack Mark companies, were the largest franchisee at the time. So they went from franchisee to franchisor, and they purchased the company 20 years ago, and we have been working on establishing ourselves as a regional chain, but we're ready to launch, and so that's what we're doing today.
Okay. Now you've got a new flagship in Culver City, is that right?
That's correct. Correct. That was something that John Tilley, which is our creative visionary, we set out right after COVID. We set out to really assess the brand and see what were we going to do with going into the future. So with the team, we decided to actually rebrand. So it's been a good 2 years in the making. We actually we've tested it in Culver City. It's been received very well by the consumers, the community. It's this amazing restaurant with like a retro vibe. It has some warm colors. It has the pub style that used to be part of Shakeys before. And we have Tiffany lamps and, like I said, warm colors. There's a lot of 1980s memorabilia, and it's just a very cool place. Our food has remained the same. We are known for the thin crust pizza. We have a thick pan pizza, which is very delicious. We have proprietary items, which are chicken and our famous Mojo potatoes. And so that is really the core of our food, and we've stuck to that. And we have this new flagship and store, and it's doing very well received. It's a good looking store, new logo. I mean, we've done the entire rebrand, and now we're relaunching it. And so part of it is getting our 43 locations getting our 43 locations remodeled, in addition to launching our franchise side of it.
Now, leaning into this 80s nostalgia with the new designs, how do you keep the brand feeling cool for Gen Z while still being a home base for the Gen Xers like me who grew up there?
Believe it or not, the Gen Zs really love, I think, because it's so authentic and it's so unique to the community. What we're doing here is, although there's elements that have to be in each franchise and each location because that identifies Shakey's, there is a uniqueness that people feel like it's their Shakey's, so they're part of that community. It's part of their community, and so we do get Gen Zs that are like, you know what, this is really cool, and it's like it's a thing for them, to be able to walk in and realize that we're not trying to be everything. We are, because we can't be everything to everyone, but we're very happy that it's been accepted by all generations. So it's not just one. I mean, it's like, Grant, like you said, there's the Gen X, there's Gen Z, everyone is in there. It's we've created a place that has allowed people to come in and just be themselves and disconnect from, everything that we're always doing, rushing. It's just, we're coining it as slow casual because we're not fast, we're not casual, we're just a slow casual. Come in, have a good time, be entertained. We have a game room, we have a pub style bar, we have our pizza, chicken, and Mojos. It's just a very fun place. It's a fun gathering place.
Now, speaking of pizza and chicken and your potatoes, if a guest is visiting for the first time, let's say in 20 years, they haven't been there in a while, what's the one menu item that they have to try to see if it still tastes the same like they remember?
I would say it's the Mojo potatoes.
Tell me about those.
Well, those have been, a franchisee started them, and they are just a disc potato, a disc that's battered in uh, our proprietary recipe, and people just love them. They're just addicting. I guess, like, that's what they like. The other thing, though, is really our thin crust. Our thin crust pizza is one of the very first types of pizza. I mean, it's a thin cracker crust pizza. It's delicious. It's just amazing. I mean, and a lot of people say we also have the secret chicken. No one realizes that we sell chicken, but we sell fried chicken. And the fried chicken is very good. So as we have all these chicken wars and, everyone is, you have these new brands with chicken. Well, we have it all. We have pizza, we have chicken, we have potatoes. So people love it. People love it, and it's very laid back. And I think that's what people like about our brand is that they recall when they went there for a birthday. They recall going there, if it's not their birthday, little league, going with their family. And so we attract people that just want to enjoy a very good, it's a good looking restaurant, good food, and just good times. That's what we are.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's a fun place. I will say that people go to Shakey's and they have a really good time. So, and I think being at certain shows and we hearing from so many people what Shakey's meant to them when they were growing up, I feel like they come to see what's going on and then they stay and then they're sharing it with their friends. And so I think coming back and seeing that things have changed, they have changed, but the food is the same. And the change is basically an inviting environment is what it is.
That updating is good, making everything fresh and vibrant, but keeping that food the same really kind of draws people back into the restaurant.
Correct, because they come to see what you've done, and our color palettes are warm, they're inviting. It's a good, like I said, it's a good looking restaurant. And then the food is like, yeah, this is exactly what I recall. And there's a lot of the memorabilia that we have on the walls and the decor is just something that they're very excited to see. And that's why when you said about a younger generation, they're coming in going, oh yeah, we've read about all this stuff and now it's here, because we've curated a lot of items from the 80s and they're all over our restaurant. So it's something to talk about, and it just creates that fun. And of course, for parents to go, oh my goodness, I used to do this. I used to play that game. Oh, that was my lunch pail. And so there's a lot of really interesting things at the restaurant. But like we said, they come for that, but they stay for the food and come back because it was a good experience and the food is great.
Well, let's talk a little bit about franchising. When you're looking at potential franchise partners, what traits are you looking for to have them carry the Shakey's banner?
Well, aside from, of course, financial and all of that, we're looking for people that actually understand what we are doing and are passionate about our brand just as much as we are. I always feel that there's multi-unit operators out there that have been operating, their brands, and they need something else to complement their portfolio. Shakey's is that brand that can come into a community, be part of that community, and be unique to them. And so we're looking for multi-unit operators, single if, it depends on the town, because we're not opposed to that. But as we launch, because we only have 43 locations and we want to really scale, we're looking for people that can have the infrastructure to scale is what it is. And, part of that is having the team and everything else in place. And so we're looking for that potential franchisee.
Okay. For someone looking to open their first unit, what does Shakey's support look like during those first 90 days of opening?
Oh, the first 90 days? Well, we're there before the 90 days. We are there through the entire process, from site selection to building. We're overseeing, making sure we are there as their partner. There's someone assigned there. We are there 2 weeks before they open. And of course, the franchisee would have to go through our 6-week training program here in Alhambra. So they would come here to be trained, go off, and we would give them all the tools to build their restaurant. Then our new store operating team is there 14 days before they open to make sure everything is in order. They stay there for another 2 weeks. And then we have someone that is assigned to stay there and be their point person. And we're constantly there. So we're there supporting them all the way.
What do you recommend a potential franchisee do to get themselves ready to maybe sign on the dotted line? Are there some books or any kind of lectures or TED Talks that you suggest, that training manuals that you suggest that they read or that they study before they sign on the dotted line?
I'm always, go out there and speak to our franchisees. Go out there and do your research. I find that today's potential franchisee has knowledge of your brand because everything is so readily available. But speaking to franchisees and speaking to people in the industry, you just do all your due diligence, do your homework. I love, franchising, and I know that IFA is a great resource. I know there's other places that are great resources to figure out if franchising is for you. And I don't want to sound kind of corny about you're in business by yourself, but not, not by you're for
Right.
yourself, but not by yourself. I mean, I hate saying that, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's one of those where we have a brand that there's 70 plus years of recognition. We have a lot that young brands don't have, and we're able to offer that to a potential franchisee. So they're really not starting from scratch. And all the power to all these new brands because they're amazing, but it's difficult to franchise. And we were big, we retracted, and we're just, we feel like we're restarting. We're just relaunching.
What do a lot of potential franchisees do wrong aside from not doing their due diligence? What are some of the other steps that they should be taking?
Oh, that they do wrong?
Yes.
I think they don't realize when you purchase a franchise, a pizza franchise or any type of restaurant, it's a lot of work. You know that. It's a lot of work. So we do not want people that think that they're going to just have we need operators is what it is. We need people to understand that, it's definitely boots on the ground. And so you're in the trenches, at least for the first one, and you have to know everything about operating a restaurant. A lot of people get into franchising because they're very excited about the brand, but they don't really know all the details of what takes place. That's why our training is 6 weeks, and during those 6 weeks, we're constantly doing check-ins with them. And it's okay if they cannot do it. If they thought they were doing it, we do not have a problem with returning their cash. We are not those individuals, but by the time you do training, you've already signed a lease and you're down the road, which is a scary thing. So we're being, I'll be honest, we are being selective. We don't want someone that is enamored with us and telling us, how fabulous we are when we know that they will not succeed because they do not have the background or the financing or, any of those requirements. And so it's hard. And I tell everyone, I'm okay with telling someone that has all the financial wherewithal, no, because you're not a fit. You're not a fit for our brand. There are other brands out there, and there's a ton of brands. So, keep doing your homework. You'll find something. I mean, there's lots of amazing brands, and from service, we just know that the restaurant business is very difficult, and we've been doing it for a long time.
It's not always the right fit.
It's not. It's not. And we don't, their success is our success. So if they're not successful, it doesn't look good on us either. So we want them to succeed. I mean, we want everyone to succeed. And so it's very important. So I think the beginning of selecting a franchisee is very important. And we don't do it in a vacuum. We have a committee, and everyone's looking for something different because we all bring a different expertise to the table. And so we're able to interview these people and really understand what they're looking for too, and whether we can provide that. And so we want someone to be as passionate for the brand as we are and have everything in place for success. And that's what we will do.
What are you looking for in the perfect Shakey's location? Are you looking at end caps or standalones?
We would love standalones, well, not in California because they're so expensive, but standalone, end caps. We do conversions. I mean, we are okay with anywhere from 4,000 square feet to 6,500 square feet. So we're okay with that. And it just has to, meet our criteria. It has to meet our customer profile. And we will, we're okay with that.
Now, are there any specific regions or states that you're currently targeting for growth?
Currently, we're going to, we have strategically decided to move into the Western states for right now. We know that we're known in, Minnesota, Texas, and, some of the Midwest states. Our presence was there, but we would like to move to Nevada, to Arizona, to New Mexico. So we want to stay on the West just for now. But that doesn't mean if someone that's qualified comes and says, you know what, I want to take Shakeys to the Midwest and I want to develop, let's say, Minnesota, and I really want to put 3 locations and I'm already there. And I own my community. Perfect. And there's a lot of people like that. So if someone is out there and is excited about being part of this relaunch, then absolutely. So we're not, our strategy is the West, but we're still open to other parts of the country.
Okay. Now, your buffet is a legendary part of the business model. How does that high volume lunch service help the unit economics for a new franchisee?
Well, believe it or not, our lunch is about 30% of our sales. It is trademarked as bunch of lunch. It's from 11 to 2. It serves the exact product that we sell for parlor time. And it has salad bar. We have a salad bar. We have items, but it's only from 11 to 2. And it's for those individuals that are pressed for time, and it serves a great deal of buffets for individuals that are working. The people that are blue collar. They are coming in. They need a lunch. But we have everyone in there because people know that they can go in there, and that is like the fast casual side of it for lunch. But
sure,
you can still get your pizza, chicken, and Mojos for your family if you walk in, if you don't want buffet. But we've had buffet for over 50 years.
Wow.
It started as a salad girl who had a barrel and would serve you a salad, and then it was the pizza, and I think it was the chicken at the time. So it was very simple, and then that just kind of went, just morphed into what we have today. And franchisees added it as competition. The 80s, the salad, the buffet got bigger. So there's a lot of things that took place, but we never went. We did in the Midwest have all day buffet for some franchisees, but that really wasn't us in California. We've always been bunch of lunch, 11 to 2.
Okay.
11 to 2.
11 to 2. Okay. My last question, and this is kind of a Miss America question. That's what I always call it. If you had a piece of advice to give to someone who is considering franchising, maybe not with Shakeys, but just jumping into franchising, period, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that franchising is an amazing business if you can find that brand that fits what you're looking for.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate your time. I was very exciting. I was very nervous, but I really enjoyed it. So thank you so much.
It was great.
Thank you so much.
And that'll do it for this episode of the Pizza Marketplace podcast, and we'll catch you next time.